Hey you guys, this is Lily J and I have something to say. Hi. I haven't been on here in a while. It feels like I've been working a lot. Oh my God. But we're not here to talk about me and my life. Well, we are, but that's neither here nor there. But can you guys like, comment, and subscribe and share and turn on that notification bell so that you'll always see me all the time when I post. Okay? So today's story is going to be about, I want to change this. Oh, shit. Oh. Okay, y'all. Y'all seen that. And it just keep going out on me. It just keep going out on me. Now they keep flip-flopping like that. Damn. Y'all see that? They just want me to do this video, I'm guessing. That was kind of ratchet. Embarrassing. But I'm going to still post it, though, because, you know, people have technical difficulties in real life, okay? We don't have to always edit things out, you know? So today we're going to be talking about how I lost my virginity, and it's really, like, kind of funny, like, and embarrassing at the same time. So I'm really embarrassing myself for real. Like I always do. So, whatever. So let's get into this video. You guys can follow me on Facebook at Amina Golden, or Lily Jones, or Lily Stories. That's all on Facebook. Sorry, y'all. And on Instagram, y'all can follow me on Instagram as Lily JJT on Instagram. And I have to put my Snapchat and Twitter on there because child, I didn't change my stuff so many times. I don't even know my name is on there anymore. So yeah. So about to get into this video. Enough about me. So I was dating this guy, and we're gonna give him the name of Slowbox, okay? So Slowbox I was so in love with this man. Like, he wasn't a man, he was a boy. But I was so in love with this boy. Like, I don't even know, like, understand, like, why I was so in love with him. Like, because, like, we barely seen each other, and all we did was talk on the phone. And barely if that, because I'm about to tell you, like, how I used to be, like, when I was younger. Like, it, man, it was fucking horrible. Like, it was so fucking horrible. Like, how obsessed I was with this boy. When I say I used to call him, I used to literally call him every single fucking day. When I say I used to call his phone. Hello? Is Slowbox there? And then his little sisters that answer the phone. No, he's not here. Girl, like 30 minutes later, I'll call back. It's Slowbox. It was like an ongoing thing. Like every day. And then I know he'd be at home. Sometimes I know that he'll be at home and he just didn't want to talk to me. But it was cool because I was dedicated. Like, I was dedicated. Like, I was on that receiver like Monica was in that song. I was on that receiver. Ooh, it's me, your world. Okay. That's how I felt. Like, it was just like, y'all wouldn't believe it. Like, so me and Slowbox, like, we had started talking, like, it was after, like, one of my birthday parties at my sister's house. Because I used to go to my sister's house all the time. I used to be at Carrot Top's house all the time, like, literally. At Carrot Top's house all the fucking time. And all my cousins would be over there. I'm not going to name all of them because I'm going to be confused. I don't have time to be naming all of them. But we just going to call them things sixes, okay? Because it was about 6 of us. So, things sixes, we was loud and proud. Like, we came up like the Gross sisters. Even though it was 6 of us, like, we wasn't ashy or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, we was a gang. Like, we weren't bullying people. Like, it was just a, okay, whatever. So we was in the spot, like, walking around, just being fast, not really. But you know how you think that you being fast when you walking around a corner and you really not doing shit for real, for real. So one of my cousins, they was dating one of his friends. Like, they was like, half of my cousins, they was all dating either one of his friends or somebody that he knew or whatever. So, you know, we dating and shit like that, and I'm like, ooh, you know, like, this is what I need in my life. Like, he a little hood. He was real hood. Him and his friends, they was real hood. You know, they was getting money real young. You know, back then when we was growing up, the boys, they was the boys that was coming up, they was like on the corners. Like, you know, they was in the field at a young age. So I felt, oh, I got me a hood one. 13, 14. Yeah, the boys, they was out that young. So we was out walking the streets that young, because it was always at my sister's house, and we'll be babysitting. So we had the babies with us, or one of my cousins, they'll always stay back, and the hot ones will just go out. I wasn't really fast or nothing like that. Like, compared to them folks, they got hella kids, and I only have 2. So you can just imagine what I mean. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, they was a little fast, and I wasn't allowed to, you know, be around them or nothing like that. Like, growing up, like, mama, I would have to beg my mom, please, can I go? Can I go? Can I go to Thing 5's house? Can I go to Thing 5? Like, it was just like, so I knew I was going over there when I go to my sister's house. It was a go, because my sister, she didn't, Carrot Top, she did not care. Like, Carrot Top, go ahead, have fun. Like, Carrot Top was the fun sister. Like, she was you go to her house, she don't give a fuck what the fuck you do, as long as you don't fuck up her shit. Like, she don't give a fuck. Be on the phone all goddamn day. She might even let you have a dude over there if you ask. But that's if you ask. But we used to sneak. So we used to sneak or whatever. So we would be like, yeah, come to the court or whatever, be on the phone. So they came to the court one day, like, he like, ooh, that's my baby. And mind you, like, it was like literally right after my birthday or whatever. So he had gave me a couple of dollars or whatever, real young. Okay. I said, oh, he know how to treat a lady. I don't even know how treating somebody was back then. I was just happy he was talking to me because he was cute. So, like, after we started talking, like, I didn't have a cell phone, but I did have the house phone. So, like, he gave me his house number or whatever. Like, Slowboxer gave me his house number. And I'm not understanding why he gave me his house number when I think that he did have a cell phone. I just didn't have one. So, I think that he really gave me his house phone because he knew that he wasn't going to be at home because he was in the field. That's what I've came to piece that all together because I'm grown now. Whatever. So we used to be, at first, like, we used to be on the phone all the time, like, on the phone all the time, like, all the time. And then I found out that he was talking to other girls. But, you know, like, I really didn't care. Like, I didn't care that he was talking to other girls, because I was just happy to be in his presence. Like, I was just happy when I went over to the south side. I was on the best side at the time, I mean the southwest, because when I say him and his friends, I felt like I ran the streets. Like, I felt like I was Lucius and whatever her name was, cause baby, Taraji P. Henson. Yes, that's what I felt like. And no, I wouldn't. No, don't do that. So we started talking a lot, and we just remained, like, you know, we kept talking, like, over the years, like, we had kept talking. So, like, forward, I'm like in the 9th grade. So I'm in the 9th grade, and we were still talking or whatever, like, but he did have another girlfriend. I knew about it, but I really didn't care because he was still calling my phone. Excuse me, y'all. And I was still talking to him after 8 when my minutes was free. Okay. So I didn't care about none of that. So we was dating and stuff like that. And everybody be like, Tisha, why you don't ever go to homecoming? I'm like, why you don't ever do this? And I'm like, because I got a boyfriend. Like, you don't even go to the school. Like, so nobody even thought that I really had a boyfriend. Like, as I like started like being able to like see him, and he was allowed to come visit my house. So I want to say, like, when I was like 16, he had came to my house, and we didn't do anything or nothing like that. My mom was so embarrassed because she came in there and she was like, "Oh, what's your name?" And he was like, "Slowbox." And she was like, "Oh, so what are your plans with my daughter?" And he was like, "I've been knowing her, you know, for a long time. You know, this is not our first time hanging out or anything like that. So I know your daughter." She was like, "You know my daughter? How long y'all been knowing each other?" And then he just slowbox was like, "We've been talking since we were like in the 6th or 7th grade." My mom looked at me like, and I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Well, how come I didn't know about this?" And I'm like, so then I was allowed to go to my sister's house for like a month. But we was sitting there or whatever, and she's still babbling off at the mouth, and she was like, "Yeah, so what's your last name?" And he was like, "Box." And I was like, "Please don't say nothing stupid. Please, 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 please." You know what she said? Can y'all guess what she said? "Oh, is your uncle such and such?" Now we're going back to the 1986s, like back to the 70s with it. She was like, and he was like, "Yeah, that's my uncle." Just like, "Oh, I used to date him when we was in middle school." And I'm like, "Mom, you didn't graduate high school. You're not in middle school anymore. And quit. Your man is back there. Your man is in the back. Take your ass back to the back. Like, why is you up here? This is between me and my man at the time. Okay? This is between me and him. This is between me and Slowbox, and you're interrupting our time. Like, you're really getting on my nerves. Going on. Disperse about my face. Because please stay in your lane. Because it's not over here. So please get on. Please. Get to stepping, big mama. Back to the back. Like Rosa Parks. Get back. Please. Because you're in my space. In my space, in my face, you're doing too much. And I'm just like, 8th grade. I was like, "Mom, I want to talk to him, so can you please go back there?" And she was like, "Oh, well, all right. I'm going to be checking on you guys, so don't be out here doing anything." All right, so after that, like, he kept coming over like more and more and more and stuff like that. And like, I want to say, like, when I turned, oh, so when I was in high school, let me tell you this detail. So when I was in high school, like, I didn't have a phone back then. So well, I did have a phone like up until like after, I want to say, like, after this, I ended up getting a phone. Yeah, because my mom ended up saying I can get one. So at this time, I did not have a phone. So this was like before we was talking after 8. So like when we was in class, when I would be in class, like, I used to be messaging him. Like, so I was like, I think I want to say I was in the 10th grade. Yeah, like the 10th. Yeah, I was in the 10th grade. The 10th or the 11th grade, I want to say. It was the 10th grade. It was the 10th grade, yeah, because I was working at KFC. So I was in the 10th grade. So I would be messaging him like on the computer, y'all, through Yahoo. Remember when the Yahoo had those little like messages that you can message, like Yahoo Messenger or whatever, before like Facebook and shit like that was like real popping and shit like that. Like, Facebook was popping, but I didn't have a Facebook, so I wasn't lame, but I just didn't have a phone. So I would just get on Facebook at school or at home on a computer. So so I went to work, and I want to say I had went home, and then I had talked to him probably like the next day when I was at school or whatever. So fast forward, I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. So like fast forward, I want to say like I'm about to skip a whole year. Fast forward, I was a junior. So I was a junior, and by this time I was like 17, about to be 18 years old. And you guys, when I say we planned to have sex, like we planned it. Like we planned it out. But I already knew that he had wanted to do it, and I already knew that he was doing it. So I wasn't doing it at the time. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. Get it where you fit in, because you ain't getting it for me. So when I was ready, he waited for me. I mean, even though he was doing this to other people, he still came through when I asked for it, okay? So, we planned it out. And y'all, when I say the night before, like we was on the phone, because by this time I had a cell phone. We used to talk on my phone. My minutes was free because I had Virgin Mobile, okay? Well, the minutes was not free. The minutes, they didn't, once you read on those minutes, you couldn't be on the phone no more. The phone would just drop a call, like you was in a desert or some shit like that. You were like, hello? You gotta go to the fucking store and get a fucking refill card. Like, what if I didn't have no money? Like, what if I couldn't refill it? Like, it used to be funny, like, only the virgins have Virgin Mobiles. Okay, well, I'm not gonna be a virgin tomorrow. So, and I'm still gonna have a Virgin Mobile. So, whatever. So, it was Valentine's Day. And yes, I was so cute. But the worst embarrassing day of my life. So, I get ready to, like, take a shower and stuff like that, because I'm getting up for the day, because it's Valentine's Day. I got our snacks. Like, we about to be watching TV. We about to be chilling for a couple of minutes before we do the do. So I just got like a whole bunch of stuff or whatever, like, and we was just kicking it. I didn't smack myself in the face. So we were just kicking it or whatever, like we was supposed to kick it. So he come over, he get dropped off or whatever, and mind you, he 18, he 19 at the time. So that's how much time it's been. He 19 at the time, and I'm 17 years old. So when I say, well, I'm 17 and a half, so I'm like almost 18, so I'm almost grown. So you might as well just say I was fucking 18 years old, because that's what the fuck I say. I was 18 because I was kind of 17, kind of 18, whatever. Who gives a fuck? So when I lost my virginity, man, let me tell y'all. So I go get it cracking in the tub, and I even got some nair, y'all. My friends was telling me, because they was already doing it. They was like, yeah, girl, if you got hair down there, girl, just nair it off. And I'm like, oh, okay, where I get that from? So I went to Acme, and I had got some or whatever, got some nair or whatever. So I naired myself, But one thing that I did not do was I did not wash the nair off. So, I mean, I washed the nair off, like I got the hair off of me, but I didn't take no soap, and I didn't go over and I didn't wash it, because they didn't leave that. They didn't tell me that information. They left that out. They didn't say, oh yeah, you have to, once you put it on, you get all the hair off, you got to wash it to get the stank off. Because nair smells so fucking bad. Like, it stinks so fucking bad. Like, nair, oh my God. Nair smells so fucking bad. Like, that shit stinks. Like, ugh. So I'm like, okay. What's that smell? It smells like burnt hair. Like, and I just kept asking him, I'm like, what does that smell like? He like, I don't know. Cause like, I don't really smell nothing for real. Like, so we get to starting to do it or whatever. Like, y'all, when I say he still did it to me, and I'm like, my bad, it smelled like nair down there. Cause I nair, and I was like, I don't know if it's still supposed to smell like that. Like, I don't know, but my actual coochie didn't stink. And I'm like, he was like, oh, it's cool. I should have knew that he was a nasty ass nigga from then. Because, bitch, I would have been like, girl, if you don't go wash that off, like, with a rag or something like that, get the smell of the nair off, like. So I'm like, I gotta get this off of me. So I took the rag or whatever that I had. I mean, I got a different rag. I got a different rag and I had wet it and I just like did it again and the smell wouldn't come off. So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, the smell not coming off. Do you still want to do it or whatever? He was like, yeah, it's cool. He was like, it don't matter to me. He was like, yo, coochie don't stink or nothing like that. Like the inside. I'm like, okay. Anyways, so we proceeded to do it, and I should have never did that. That's how you know that I was thirsty and I wanted some too, but I should have figured out how to get that fucking smell from off of there. Like I should have been thinking. Like I was not using my thinking cap. Like that day, like it was like dispersed of the brain because the brain cells was like nowhere to be fucking found. I think I was just so happy and blinded by him. I just didn't care. Like so we do it or whatever, and then I went to the bathroom and I seen the blood and he had popped my cherry or whatever. And then I took the soap and the water and then I washed myself, got back in the tub and then that's when the smell went away. And I was just sitting there like, I could have did this the whole time. Like I could have back in here and just got in the shower and just washed my ass all over again. And the smell would have been gone. Like, you know how fucking embarrassed I was? Like when I got back out the shower and I got dressed and I put some different clothes on and I went back, girl, he was on the phone with his ride. Like, come get me, please. It stinks over here. No, that's not what he was saying, but I could just imagine what the fuck he was thinking because that's what the fuck I would have been saying. Like, bro, like, can you please come get me? Like, this, bro, this girl is fucking stupid as fuck. Like, she didn't use Nair, don't even know how to, what? But I had never used Nair before. Like, used to use razors or whatever, so I really didn't know how to use Nair. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm about to sit up here and lie. I did not know how to use Nair because my mom, she didn't teach me how to use Nair. So she didn't tell me, oh, when you do that, you gotta wash your whole body or whatever all over again. Like, I really didn't know. So that stayed on me. And that was, like, really embarrassing. Like, now that I think back on it, now that I be thinking about it, like, that shit was really embarrassing. Like, why didn't I just get my dumb ass the fuck up and just go get back in the shower? Like, why didn't I? Why wasn't I, like, I'm not understanding. Years on the line, like, we did, and I'm doing it again when we was, like, 21. So that was, like, 3 years later. And then, like, we was talking. And then, like, it was crazy because he gave me a ride, like, 2 years ago. Gave me, like, the shit be crazy. And he was talking to this bitch I used to, I don't even fuck with her. But I feel like she used to, like, bring him around me so that she could be like, ooh, I talk to him now. Like, but she knew that that I used to date him. Like, she knew because we was friends. But, you know, hoes like the back door. So, who am I to judge? But that was all for the video. I hope you guys like it. Please comment, like, and subscribe and share. And I will see you guys later on the next video. I'll probably do another video in an hour. See you guys. And this is Lily J, and I have nothing else to say. Bye. You should just do what's best for your mind. How about I just take my